In this video, I want to give everybody a reason to like and subscribe to my channel.
So welcome to American Liberty Fighters. Today we're going to learn a little bit about this channel called American Liberty Fighters. So why is the channel called American Liberty Fighters?
Because I like Alf. It's called American Liberty Fighters because my wife gave me a blog page named American Liberty Fighters because I am an American and I served in our armed forces in the defense of our liberties, and I'm evidently a fighter. Or I was.
When necessary.
So, I don't always fight, but if I have to. Anyhow, there's that.
Okay. And why did you start your YouTube channel?
I started my YouTube channel as a video response to another content creator that my wife pointed out to me that had put out a video about a Marine veteran who had some very negative things about our government and those serving military and disabled veterans. And it morphed into what it is today from there.
What type of channel are you trying to build as far as what are you trying to bring to light in your life that you want people to gain insight from?
Nothing. I am my channel is geared more towards I guess you would call it homesteading lifestyle now, and how those of us who are above the age of say 40, 50 can still do this, to live a more healthy, less stressful life, and just to share the knowledge that we have and that we're learning, as well as you could call it posterity, for our children to look back when we're long gone from here. They can actually look at our YouTube channel and, you know, watch our lives lived out. I guess that would be it.
So you said that we are here, we're learning about homesteading, and it's sort of an oxymoron because this life is very stressful, but it offers you an exchange of stresses from living in a very heavily populated area. Why would you prefer to live in a more secluded, remote area as opposed to a heavily populated area?
I don't like a lot of people.
You like a lot of people.
We'll edit that out.
You like people. You're selective about people that you like. And most people don't even know that you don't like them because you're not real blunt about who you like and who you don't.
I'm not necessarily blunt at times. I am, but at other times I'm not. But why we chose to live a more rural homestead lifestyle, because I mean, you can think of homesteading as different variations. You can think of off-grid as different variations. I don't want to get into that whole gamut. Living in the city, you have stressors. Living in the country, you have stressors. So It's really picking and choosing what stressors you want to deal with. What's less stressful? Sitting for hours in traffic, trying to get home or get somewhere, or chasing pigs around. For me, I hate traffic. I'm not very good in crowds. I don't like crowds. I haven't liked crowds. I'm probably not going to like crowds in the future. So
what does this life offer you that you would consider a benefit and a trade of living in a more populated, more convenient lifestyle?
Well, the trade-offs in living more rural are there are less people. You don't have your neighbor right up on you. You can do pretty much what you want. You can build what you want. You can change whatever buildings you have the way you want. There's not as much restrictions upon you because you don't have an HOA in rural America. You don't have someone rolling up on you from the city on a daily basis because you happen to build a chicken coop and you don't have the plans for it readily available with the material list, which in the city you would have to have in duplicate or triplicate. But I guess the downside to that is anywhere you go is an hour or more away. Jobs are available, but they're not what they are in a bigger city. So, again, it's all a trade-off.
Right.
Or try to. The vision when we first got out here 4 years ago for this place, this was going to be our forever home. Planning to do the things we were going to do. We had written certain things down that we needed, that we wanted, without thinking of some of the things that would be needed, or thinking about it but not actually getting in depth thinking about it. We've been able to do a lot of remodeling on most of the buildings. We don't have a tractor yet with any implementations, which, I mean, honestly, if you're thinking about living rural on a 40-acre homestead, you probably want to think of a tractor with at least a bush hog on it and, I don't know, an auger for fencing and things, which we didn't really think too much into. We knew we'd need a tractor, but we didn't plan for that. So now we're trying to figure that out. I put a video out a few weeks ago where I talked about changes coming that were beyond our control, and the main change that has happened is when we moved here, I had been able to retain my job in the Dallas area with the company I worked with as a remote worker, and my wife was bringing in her own from her she was bringing money in from her own business, and as of January 31st of this year, my company that I worked for laid me off. So we're currently trying to figure out the best way to move forward. And with the job market here, you have jobs, but you don't have high-paying jobs. So those are things that people typically, if you already have a job and you're moving somewhere and you're retaining your job, you're not going to think of. If by some chance something happens to your job, to your income, what will you do? I don't know if that answers the question.
What are you going to do moving forward? What are some of the ways you're going to do? What are some of the ways that you're going to create income for this homestead?
With not having a steady stream of income and not being naturally entrepreneurial in my mindset, I am trying to implement certain things. One of the things I'm good at, or was good at, and I'm getting back into, is woodworking, which I built my first birdhouse a while back and think I did pretty good. Those are small little things that really won't bring a whole lot of income, but they, you know, if you put enough of them out, that's something. This area evidently needs mineral feeders and that are covered, as well as like cattle feeders, pig feeders, and things like that. Building furniture, woodworking, basically. I'm hopefully going to be able to start woodworking. I've actually been applying at different locations, but again, in a rural area where you're living 30 minutes from Blacktop, you're going to be living an hour from the major big city at least. We have about an hour and a half drive before we hit anywhere big city-wise. I can't see working for an employer making $12 an hour, which is pretty much what the range of hourly wage is here, living an hour and a half from my employer, from my work, because then you're only working for filling up your fuel tank. So we are trying currently to build up a business for income, woodworking, as well as to build my channel, my subscribers, my views, to meet the YouTube threshold of 1,000 subscribers, and off the top of my head I can't remember the amount of hours for viewership, for views, but that's a big thing for us now. A big drive for my channel is that's a steady stream of well, not a steady, that's another stream of income that you can have. You have different streams.
When you buy advertising,
you know,
on YouTube. Yeah.
You have different streams of income that you have that you can use to supplement what you had. I have my veteran status, which my disability rating gets me a certain amount of income, but I mean, it's, you know, if you know about military pay, you know about the VA benefit. Our main goal is to make sure that health insurance is covered, especially for my wife, because I want to make sure she's set up that we can actually make sure that we're healthy. Being that we're both over 50, that means that the longer you live, the more you're going to have to go and see the doctor. And even though I don't like going and seeing the doctor, it's just something I have to deal with. Before I close out my video, I also want to thank all of my new subscribers that have come to my channel, subscribed to my channel, and have been commenting and looking at my videos, giving me the thumbs up. Even if you've given me thumbs down, it's okay. But whether you came from wherever on YouTube organically on your own and found my channel, or somebody else mentioned you, or my wife from Modern Pioneers, whether you were on her channel as a subscriber and you came over, I want to thank you, I want to welcome you, and I hope that my videos will give you some kind of information that you can actually use, or at least be somewhat entertaining. I am told that I need to be more personable, so I'm trying. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and end this video, and I do have a new video coming out again on another project I'm doing, so I appreciate everybody. Please make sure you comment whenever you want to comment, and we'll see you on the next video.